The Switch 2 is finally announced and a lot of people are disappointed because of the big price. The Switch is $449 or $499 with Mario Kart. And the PlayStation 5 Slim with Astrobot bundle is also $4049. The disc edition, because the PlayStation 5 Slim digital edition with Astrobot bundle is $400, $399, whatever. The games for the Switch 2 will cost $80 for digital and $90 for physical. There is one thing that I don't understand. They have a game key card. I don't know if that counts as a physical because it's just a key. You will still need to go online to download the game, but then you can play it offline as long as you have the game key card. And I don't understand if this will be the norm, if all the games will be game key cards, because I don't see a reason to pay $90 for a game key card when you basically can buy the game digitally and it's the same thing. Unless maybe you can sell that game key card. It's still not okay, but it's better than nothing. Also, the Japanese version of the Switch is cheaper than the multi-language version of the Switch. I guess there is a reason for the multi-language system to be more expensive, but seriously now, if the Japanese version is not region locked, I have no issue buying it. Well, if I was interested in a Nintendo Switch 2, and I am not. Okay, again, I don't understand something. If a game is with English subtitles or whatever, will the game also be in Japanese or it will be in English? Because I think it will be in English. So paying more for a Nintendo Switch just to have English for the menus, I don't really care about that as long as the game itself has English. The Nintendo Switch also has a chat button where you can talk with other people, but you have to pay for the subscription to be able to use it. They also say that most games from Nintendo Switch 1 is backwards compatible, if you pay $10 for the upgrade. I seriously don't get it. This should make me excited for the Nintendo Switch 2. When I bought the Nintendo Switch 1, I bought the Let's Go Pikachu edition. Because it got a Pokemon, it was fun. But it also got boring really fast because, yeah, Nintendo Switch games. And by that I mean that they don't try to innovate, to improve their games. Sure, they are fun, but that fun becomes boring after some time because you see a lot of repetitive stuff and except from Zelda Breath of the Wild, I don't see a lot of improvements from Nintendo. For example, look at Power World. The game was cheaper, had a lot of interesting stuff and fun stuff. A lot of people loved it. They didn't need a huge team to make the game, but Nintendo refuses to try that and they just make the price high. Somebody said that Red Dead Redemption 2 cost 400 millions to make from the ground up and sold for $60. Meanwhile, Nintendo develops Mario Kart using reused assets for less than 50 million and wants to sell it for $90. Okay, I cannot agree with this. First of all, they want to make games like Red Dead Redemption 2 $100 because GTA 6 is $100 and yeah. And just because a game has a huge budget doesn't mean that it deserves more money. Concord, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Forspoken, I think most of them had a bigger budget than Mario Kart. But that doesn't make them a better game or that they deserve more money. But yes, I think a game like Red Dead Redemption 2 had a lot of love and work put into it, so it deserves to cost more. This is why these type of games will be over $100 in the future. Red Dead Redemption 2 was released on October 26, 2018. So this year in October will be 7 years. So comparing a game that's almost 7 years old with a game released today, it's... I mean, don't get me wrong, I think Nintendo games are overpriced. And most games released today, especially the AAA games, are copy-paste. So I don't think they deserve the money. And if they are not copy-paste, they are full of microtransactions or a lot of filler. Usually the important stuff and the interesting and fun stuff is 10 hours at most. The rest is just fillers. What I mean by that is useless collectibles, a lot of cinematic trailers that don't really tell a story, boring side missions, and even main missions. So I didn't want to talk about the Nintendo games that was shown, but what the fuck is this game? Just a bunch of robots in wheelchairs, handicapped robots playing basketball? What the? I guess I'm the only one that finds that game very cringe. I mean, how can you come up with that idea? A basketball game with wheelchairs. I mean, I know that in real life those type of games exist, but a video game with robots about that? Basketball, a game that you have to jump. I mean, clearly they wanted an excuse to not use a lot of mechanics. I mean, even the way that they hit each other with the wheelchairs are annoying. But whatever, you can play whatever you want. A lot of people showed how expensive games used to be and consoles. I mean, they used an inflation calculator to show the real price of the games today. And $70 actually means double, $140 today. That just proves how little you are paid today. You are barely able to afford basic stuff. And while today the consoles are not as expensive, in the past they were a luxury item. For example, it was impossible to find a Nintendo in my country, or video games. We can also say this about cars, big screen TVs, phones, and a lot of other stuff. But do you know what's the difference and why it's not okay for them to be very expensive? Because it's not a luxury item anymore. Most of these products are made cheaper, faster, and it's very easy to sell. Let's go back to video games. It was almost impossible to buy games online, and the physical game was unavailable in most countries. It was also very rare for somebody to have a console or a phone or a car. Now, almost everybody has a car, a phone, a video game, a console, at least one console. So, like any other technology, the older it gets, the less expensive it gets. Especially if they find a way to make it faster and cheaper. So, the main reason that I don't agree with the new price for the Nintendo Switch 2 is that they didn't add anything good. At least when the Nintendo Switch was released, it was very impressive to see Breath of the Wild. The only thing that I can say I love about the Nintendo Switch is that it works at 60 FPS. At least that's what they say. I hope it doesn't have frame drops. But even so, I don't love Nintendo that much, and I don't think it deserves $10 for the upgrade from Nintendo Switch 1, or the price of the console, or the fact that you get a game key card. What? I seriously hate the fact that all consoles want to destroy physical copies. They want everybody to buy digital. And at that point, why do I even want a Nintendo? I can play on my PC, the games are cheaper, I have a lot of different games that are cheaper and more fun. I also don't have to pay a subscription to be able to talk with my friends or to play online. I also don't have to pay for backwards compatibility if I buy a better PC that can play games at 8K 60 FPS. I also can use whatever keyboard and mouse I want, or webcam or controller. So the Nintendo Switch limits my freedom to play games however I want, but somehow they want even more money. Good luck with that. I'm out.